Okay, we're back and we've discussed this a little bit. We found a problem. We know that this line is wrong. Remember, we're trying to calculate B1, and, oh, wait a second, maybe it's not wrong. I was thinking that this one should be this transition into this state, but that's not the case. Maybe I shouldn't have started the video so quickly. Now, let's see. This is what's caused, where did this come from? This is what's causing our problem. When stop is equal to 1, in other words, stop is
from the get box to the stop.
Yeah, that's what that is.
From the get box to the stop, stop's got to be stop. Actually, yeah,
Where is stop?
yeah.
Are
Stop
we sure it's that transition? Because there are other stop transitions.
Yeah, but the 0-1 is one I think we went off of.
When is stop 1?
At the top.
Stop is 1 most of the time.
Right. So,
Let's,
The B1 should be inverted.
should it be, let's wait just a second. What were these? We've got, it's hard to trace your steps back again. I probably went somewhat randomly. This is, let's assume this is correct. If it's correct, then this would be talking about this state, right?
yep.
So it's the clear box state. And we said stop has to be pressed in order to get that 1 back. So that's where that came from. The problem is right now it's maintaining, actually it should maintain it. We want to stay in the clear box state because we don't have a box in place.
Yeah.
So actually we're okay. All right, so what I'm doing, for those of you on the video, is I'm single scanning through, and we were thinking we wanted bit 1 to turn off so we could leave this state and go back here. But actually right now, the only time that should happen is when prox goes to a 0. Prox is, wait a second, is that right? Prox is a 0. Now I'm confused. We'll have to edit the video, but that's not a big deal.
What's the one at the top that the transition part? Like from,
Up here at the very top?
yeah, because we should, somewhere in there, we should have a B1, not B1, and we don't have one on the right-hand side for the,
For B1, you're saying we should have a not?
B1 should be not.
not B1.
Yeah, it's the second line on the right side, is it
So you're
not?
saying it's this one that's messed up?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
We got a not B, it should be a not B1 and a B0, BO and not B1.
Well, no.
No, that's.
No, that's
right.
not the transition, that's the.
That's staying in the state. All these are staying in the state. So it's kind of nice that we set these up over here, because we know what these are.
Those are all the nulls? On
These are all the nulls, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I think that one's okay, because when
Because it,
B0 is 0, B,
or B1 should be not B1. Stop.
That is true.
Yeah, so it should be not.
maybe we
B.
have these two backwards, is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
The B0 ought to
Because-
be not inverted and the B1 needs to be inverted.
I think we got those backwards. Let's double check and see if, let's see where all this comes from. I'll write down the names of the states. So at this point, we believe that this came from the get box state, correct?
Yes.
We think that this being 0, 0 must have come from the stop state, I assume. But that doesn't make sense, does it? No, not the stop state, the clear box state.
Yeah, that's, yep.
And so this must have come from the clear box state as well.
Yes, to the
Okay.
stop, yep.
And that makes sense because prox is one of the branches and stop is one of the branches. Okay. So why don't we identify this while we're identifying all of the transitions. So this would have been B1 coming from not B0. So we're looking for a 0 on B0.
It's
And
a
fill
fill
Yeah,
box.
fill box.
Fill box? Okay, all right. I agree. Okay. So now, what are we doing here? Well, we're programming ones for B1. So we're looking at this one, and this one. So all of this should have come from either fill box or clear box. It should not have come from get box. So I don't think that one should be get box.
So that should be the fill box then,
I think it should be fill box.
and that'd be the stop.
Yeah,
And it actually does match.
yeah,
Okay.
the get box is at the very bottom there. Right.
So you're thinking down here?
The last one is good, so that, 'cause I think the last one, all the way to the bottom, I'm on the next one.
This one?
The 1-0, yeah, that one's the one we thought it was. That one's correct for the get box
Okay.
on top. So.
Right,
That's-
okay. So I think we're okay here. I don't see a problem yet. Let's see. Why don't we continue stepping with the simulator? Because right now, we want to stay in this, right? We want the motor to be on and the valve to be off because a box needs to come into place. So let's just single step. And as soon as prox comes on, we'd like to see what happens. Unfortunately, I wish we could scale this down a little bit where we could see more of the code, but then you guys couldn't see what's going on. So we'll just single scan until the very moment when prox comes on. Right now, prox is 0. Getting close. Okay, prox is on. Now that prox is on, we're right here. It should take this transition. In other words, there should be nothing that keeps B1 on. Is there anything that can keep B1 on? B1 is here. Prox is going to go to a 0, but that's not what's going to trigger it. It's anything with a 1-1. Let's see. So basically anything, it's these two. So what should happen is basically this one should go off, right? Because, oh no, wait a second. We may not be thinking about this right. This is the stop transition. I see what's happening. I've got a problem in my logic here. What's happening is we're in this state, and you'll see it in just a second. We're in this state. This one should turn off. So wherever this rung is, B0, B1, and prox, or prox and B1 and B0.
And that's in B1, so that's the second to last
Right.
line in B1.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
That in fact is off. No, wait a second.
It's not on mine.
Right, I have to scan one more time. So when I scan, then that will be on. Wait a second, now, why am I still getting confused here? When that goes to a 0, we don't want. Where did this come from?
It should be a not prox.
There should be a not prox. That's what I'm thinking.
But isn't that the null?
This is the null, yeah.
To stay in that state,
So it should be
you want
prox.
you want it to
It
be
should be
prox.
Yeah, it should be prox. Yet when prox turns on, if we're in this state, that's gonna make B1 stay on, which is a problem. We need B1 to go off. Well, something's wrong with my method here. I think the problem is I'm doing something wrong over here. In the past, I've used a spreadsheet to figure these things out, and then it works. Let me think about this just a little bit farther. We have to have the null transitions. If we don't have the nulls, we can't stay in that state. Tried to make it simpler, and now I think I've made it more complicated. Tell you what, we only have 20 minutes left. How is the homework going? Homework 4.
It's going okay. I'm just gonna have you
Okay.
check on this stuff, Tuesday. Is that cool?
That's fine?
I'm gonna try to connect with him and include here and see what happens.
Okay. Include beer and see what happens.
It never ends up well. It turned my 2-hour exam into 12.
Well, what I was thinking is if you guys need some help with your homework, I could come around and help you with it. and go and think about this and figure out what I'm doing wrong. Because my strategy for the null transitions is not working. And I've got to figure out why that's not working. And I probably won't be able to do it just standing up here. So I've got to go through and actually create the spreadsheet, which there's not enough time in class to do that, and see how it comes out different from this. Figure out what's going wrong.
We picture them.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we'll get a picture of it.
Just,
Yeah.